Hey everybody. I promised you this would be back. And here it is. Alright, give me a second, just doing some checks. OneBar's at work, so I don't have time to double check, make sure everything's working right now. Okay. Should be good. Alright. If I remember, we left off at someone knocking on the door. Oh, just a little FYI for this one. I can't do Sakura's voice. It completely just destroys my throat. I just got it back. I don't want to lose it again. So, I'll probably just read her lines. I don't think I can do her voice.
Makoto.
Oh! I figured it would be Sakura, not Kyoko. Makoto, get out of here. Kyoko, what's going on?
Indeed.
Hina just came to see me, and she was white as a ghost. It sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started beating faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The mic a little closer, since Kyoko is so soft-spoken. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. Do we have a rec room? Can I talk to you, or are you just gonna be like...
Huh?
Makoto, Kyoko! Hina, what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. What's inside? There was a window on the rec room door, and I hurried to look inside. And when I did... Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey.
What's going on? Did something happen to her?
Huh?
I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window. I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name. But she wouldn't respond.
Huh?
So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
Anyway.
I'm dying off screen right now. First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just said
Wrong.
the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Then why?
It would seem...
It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair?
In other words...
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Here, drop the background a little bit. That seems a little better. Then there's no problem if we break in?
Indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll get okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long. Here! I found a room in the classroom. Use it.
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please!
Come on, please, hurry! Okay, you two stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. The window shattered into 100 pieces. scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength, and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could. OneBar, you are driving. Don't you be texting. But the moment I laid my hand on her, oh, she did. All I felt was cold death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. And then... a body has been found!
A body has been discovered!
It's been too long, I forget the lines.
After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin. Danganronpa.
Oh, has it said that before?
Huh? Sakura's...
Did they just repeat the voice line?
dead?
Yeah.
She's really dead?
Yeah. I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. Finally look on Sakura's dead body. I didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Was there a motive this time? Did I miss something? I don't remember. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or a reaction? Nope, she's dead. Or gone. Hina, wake up. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. With shaky legs, Hina left the rep room. Here I was, complaining about Sakura's voice here at the beginning, and I don't ever have to do Sakura's voice again. I was this close. And why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone.
What?
Dude, rude. Ugh, ogre.
Yes, yes.
Of course it's genocide, Joe. Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means.
Interesting.
Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault!
It was one of you, Hiro, Byakuga, Toko. One of you killed Sakura.
What?
Yeah, I don't really think Hiro did anything. Let's just be honest.
What?
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation. I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her.
I won't forgive you.
One of you did it. I know it. You know it? Ugh.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
It's the Monokuma file!
And don't get so mad, Miss fast, Hina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that, Hold on. There's something I want to ask you.
Huh?
It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura?
Say what?
Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again.
In other words,
Then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me.
Phew.
Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
well done.
So I don't know who it was, but whoever the Blacken is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
You owe them one? Oopsie, before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first.
Shing!
Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
What the hell? He owes them one?
I won't forgive you.
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number one, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
what?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say,
What?
which is... Hiro, Byakuga, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura.
I won't forgive you.
I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear now.
I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hiro, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. No matter what, Byakuga, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who'd want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Okay. I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why's that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through, and that door had been jammed shut with the chair from the inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So, if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words...
In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
Hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This may involve some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. He puts a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
However...
In this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gaps that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words...
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. It sounds like it could have been possible. Maybe.
It's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room?
In other words...
By that I mean there's actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this is a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. Okay, so there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. Right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Oh, hello everyone. Alright, let's see. What do we got? This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Oh, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we get to the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I make sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
'Cause, I mean...
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper. Interesting. Okay. What's this? Oh, that's glass. Okay. I thought it was like a rose or something. There are shards of oh gosh, now I can't talk. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the tops and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Okay. There's something else on the ground near the liquid. Oh, I can't talk. Near the bottle. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. It's a Monokuma with a night piece. That's weird. Got some questions about that one. Oh, it must be the ones up here. Why would she need that though? There's a bloodstain from the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Okay. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. She must have gotten this from the Chem lab.
Just a second.
That's strange. What is it?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can. And shards of light blue glass. That must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to take note of that. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Oh, maybe whoever did it replaced the glass window? Not quite sure how you would do that, but that's the chair we moved. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Okay, let's see, what else we got? I guess these ones up here. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottle?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. You know, the bottle opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Yeah, maybe I have.
in other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of it. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Okay, hold on. We've got pawn. I have the knight. Bishop, castle. I can't tell if that's the king or the queen. I think it's the queen. Either or, we're missing 2 pieces. Or we have one, but we're missing one. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle's sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence for that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Probably. Oh yeah, handprint. The locker's open, and there on the inside, it's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hidden here until the locked room was open. Don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group. I feel like we would have noticed that.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Yeah, why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Yeah, it's already open. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then... What is this hand pointing? Oh, wrong button. Oh no. That's what I'm after. Can I move it? The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different magazines here. No, I can't move it. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll inspect Sakura now. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakugan.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No. I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Okay, I think I've clicked on everything except for the people at this point.
What the heck?
We already know who did it.
I won't forgive you.
Byakugan, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. I couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Oh, goodness. Let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her, you know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. When I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she had left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it from Sakura herself. I tried to stop her. She wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. Oh, goodness. This is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Okay, so what if no one killed Sakura? What if she like poisoned herself with the protein? 'Cause there were a lot of chemicals in there, one mix up, and that would have been the end.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuga says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay. Hey, Panda.
However,
For Sakura to have been killed. Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder. Did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
What needed to do if they expected to stand any chance against her? Alright, I don't think there's any more clues in here. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. I started Persona 5, I haven't finished it yet. I liked it. Combat takes a little bit to get into, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna examine both the door and the chair. There's no doubt the reason the chair didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from inside, not from the outside.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had her issue. But she's right. I do have to talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Yeah, you gotta have one that can keep you focused for a while. Even with this one, like, I like it, but sometimes it gets a little repetitive. Alright, time to talk to everyone in here. Yes, I just want to leave. Can I leave? Thank you. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Okay, but I wanted to go to the camp lab. Well, where's the button? I don't remember what the map button is. Oh no. I don't know. I guess Toko's in her room. Let's see. Toko is one next to Sayaka. There she is. Genocide Jill. Here we go. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds... Okay, it's Toko.
Who's there?
Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Were you? She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. People claim she didn't go see her. But can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay. I feel like Hiro would go see her. What's the last Hiro? There he is. Y'all are ridiculous. Press the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
You know?
Huh. What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually. I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
Ooh, how did you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Well... the anime came after the game. This is a murder mystery, I guess? You're trapped in the school, and the only way out is to kill someone and not get caught. However, if the other students can't figure out who killed the student, then they get killed. So it's a life or death game. So one kid just ended up dead, now we're trying to figure out how she died before we all die. When she asked me to meet with her, of course. Oh, goodness gracious. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually...
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Ooh, do I still have it? Let's see. Good lord. You probably did, to be honest. Hiro was feeling around in his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Oh, they're the candies.
Huh? What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Why does he have another wrapper? Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene. On top of that, maybe I should find more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. I would still love, actually, to go to the nurse's office or the warehouse. I guess I could check both of those. Hold on. Can I get in here? Well, Hina said she took all the candies, but I'm gonna double check. I just want to be thorough. I don't see him anywhere. Damn. Guess we'll go upstairs. I think the nurse's is right around the corner. I'm gonna see if there's like a candy dish or something that has it. I'll explain my hero has a wrapper. One bar, they've killed off all your waifus. Because you picked bad waifus. The room's back to how it was before. Must be Monokuma's doing. This refrigerator is filled with blood packs, probably kept on hand for transfusions. But I don't think it's important right now. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna find anything here. Monokuma must have done it. Anyway, I don't think there's anything useful here. Guess we'll send it upstairs then. Okay, let's see. Chem labs next floor? Fourth floor. Fourth floor, I think. Oops, wrong button. This one's kind of got me stumped, to be honest. All the other ones I figured out pretty quick. I honestly don't think Sakura was murdered. If she was, it was by Murder Bear. Like switch the labels or something. Uh-oh.
What?
Mikoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Nope. No, it wasn't. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. Just gonna ignore the giant spill on the floor. Good. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. And more important right now, it's the powder that's been filled in front of the shelf. That's a weird powder. I have to be careful not to step in it. Someone stepped in it. These are footprints. And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We need to just sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in and went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
Certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? Hey man, cliffhangers keep people coming back. I know what I'm doing. No!
What?
Well, one, you can tell they look like a woman's foot. Let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. See, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. I will bet all the money that they're Sakura's. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? Looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. And this powder must have been
in
spilled.
other words...
That's right. I could have only been around the time of the incident. if it really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Should probably take a good hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of the broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Blech. OneBar been hogging the Xbox, man. No, but to be honest, I haven't really felt up to streaming. So he's been filling in for me. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. And that's all I can tell for now. Can I mess with the left shelf at all? Let's see. What's on this shelf? Lots of chems. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The poaching drink was found in the rec room, probably came from this shelf. All the candies on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Oh boy. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? On this shelf, one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I could consider this part of the shelf unit section C. So on this shelf, it looks like a bunch of chemicals that are... I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. If you've lived in such ignorance for so long, it must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. Hey man, I'm on the 3rd Mass Effect now. I'm almost done. And then my life can return to normal. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. Yeah. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So, let's section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements. Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. What concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What's a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Chem lab shelf. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Can I check Sakura's shoes? Like, that's a general question. Let's see if she's got yellow powder on the bottom of them. Would it be easy just to check everyone's shoes at this point? Just be like, nope, you don't have yellow powder. Nope, no yellow powder there. I mean, the game has pulled stupid crap like that before. Ouch. That sucks. If I could remember buttons, that would be great.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
Let's see. So along with Byakuga, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These two things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Yes, I want to see Sakura's shoes. I know you gave it to... I know. I'm not trying... I'm trying to click Sakura. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey.
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. No, I'm playing this on the PS4. I don't think it has an Xbox release. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to, although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. She does have the yellow on her shoe. Her shoes?
correct.
You see the yellow powder on her instep. Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number one. I think Sakura just messed up on pouring her powder drink, and by the time she realized it was too late. Now, why she went through all the efforts to make it look like she was dead, I don't know.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. Okay, so that would explain the other chest piece we're missing.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. I think she died by mixing up her protein powders. The others came to check after she invited them. Thought they could get the drop on her. But she was already dead by that point. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Okay, what was the other thing she said? The shelf? OneBar, where have you been? Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Open the game, she died. So, well, I was, I'm off the record. They haven't killed my favor. Kyoko's still here. I like Junko. She got murdered pretty early on by Monokuma because she went to try and kick him, and that's against the rules. But Kyoko's my other favorite. This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? They killed all OneBar's face off. Only one of mine. Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. Toko. You're fine, I'm just giving you a hard time. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in blood. Bloody letters. And it said Toko. This one. Nah, Toko wouldn't do this. dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. Dying message. But Kyoko said that her hands are clean. Sakura didn't write it.
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefits of the others who might come looking. Hey, is that says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. What the heck? I think she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me think that's much more suspicious. I don't think she did it. What was the other thing she said I need to look at? Let's see. What did she say? I can't remember. Okay. What did you say? And the Monokuma bottles. Okay. Let's see. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Correlation. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so,
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Okay. So someone has another one of the pieces. I'm gonna assume it's the queen. Just because the bottles are going up. So I have the knight. Someone has the queen.
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And then obnoxious Byakuga's not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. There's a lot. It gets steadily harder and harder to put together the pieces. I genuinely think Sakura was already dead by the time someone tried, air quotes here, to kill her. I think she mixed up her protein powder and the other chemicals because they were in the wrong spot. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of an experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. She wants to know if it's one or two bottles. Honestly, I don't think there's any blackened in this one. If she was already dead by the time someone tried to kill her, again, air quotes, the camera, so I'm air quoting at the mic here, then no one would get credit for killing her if she was already dead. But it makes it look like a crime scene, so until we can conclude that it was an accident, there's not really a whole lot we can do. And that's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Akuma bottles. It's balanced.
In other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same. Nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Murder Bear just said that there's a body has been discovered. Just like he always does. But I'm really thinking this is just an accident. That's what I thought. Hmm? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What? Right, which gets everyone killed and he wins in the end, so it doesn't matter regardless.
in other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. 2 bottles. Which means someone has the queen piece. Who has the queen piece? Damn, already?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay
crap.
awake.
Alright.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Oof, that was a fast one. It's already time? The mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Oh, crap. Okay. I thought we'd have more time. Go ahead and save. I imagine this one's short because no one actually killed her. It was just an accident. One bar, do you want to hang out? Because I can stop right here. Or if you want, I can start the trial. But we both know those things can go super, super long. Some trials go like 2-3 hours. So if you want to hang out, speak now. I'm not missing, right? I got them all. I don't know what that's about. That one's getting me. I have been playing for an hour already. I don't know what that one's about yet. Okay. We'll do the trial next time then. Alright, well, pandas, you've now had an introduction to Danganronpa. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep with that then. We'll keep the trials in their own thing. We'll go ahead and call it. Next time I stream, it'll be trial day. We'll go through the whole thing like normal. But yeah. Leave any thoughts you guys have on this one. Yeah, I can do the trial tomorrow too. That'll be easy on my voice anyway, because it's all voice acted. Yay! It'll just be me missing stuff really bad. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and cut this, and we will see you guys probably tomorrow. Night, everybody.